So, let's talk about your budget now. So, can you tell us what was your approximate budget for this trip?
So my budget is a very tight budget, and I managed to do a 14-day trip in Vietnam for
Hmm.
60,000 rupees
Oh,
per
that is
person.
amazing. That is so great, honestly.
I mean, you have to like give up on a few things, but it also leads to new experiences and things like that.
Obviously,
So
yeah.
I love to travel on like a tight budget.
Okay, so 60,000 for your whole trip.
Yep.
That is pretty crazy. So, can you give us a breakdown of the cost? Like, how much did the flight cost you? What was the visa for? Yeah.
I'm ready for this. I have all my expenses listed down. I'll
Okay.
just tell you.
Yes.
So the visa per person was I booked it on Neo. It was less than 2,500 per person.
That is great.
My flights totaled up to around 29,000,
Okay.
and this includes like a flight from Bangalore to Danang, from
Okay.
Danang to Hanoi, Hanoi to Bangkok, Bangkok to Bangalore.
Okay.
So all that is 28,000.
Okay, that is great.
And when it comes to hotels,
Yeah.
my hotel cost was around 12,000, but it like 12 to 15,000, you can take it as hotel cost.
Yeah.
And apart from that, if you include food and everything, then you can easily get it done between 50 to 60,000.
Okay. That is amazing. So, can you tell us, since you've saved a lot, can you tell us some smart ways and some tips to our travelers that how to save money and how to travel on such tight budget?
Okay. So for all the people out there who want to travel on a tight budget, I've listed down some of my tips here. The first one, yeah, of course, travel off season.
Yeah,
So
right.
there's no point visiting a country during the travel season because it's going to be too crowded for you to enjoy anything. And
Definitely.
the prices and fares, everything is hiked up.
Yeah.
Whether it's flights or hotels, like everything's in demand. So it's
Right.
best to travel off season. You also see like another side of the country, like the less touristy side of the country, if that's something that interests you.
Hmm.
When it comes to flights,
Hmm.
book well in advance. So
Yeah,
3,
right.
4 months in advance, and
Yeah.
track the flight prices. See, when it's fluctuating up and down. There's a few things that you can check. So on weekdays, the flight prices are lower. On weekends, sometimes they go up. And of course, as you approach the date of your trip, the flight prices go up.
Yeah,
But
right.
also, when you look at websites for flight prices, try going into incognito mode and checking the prices. Sometimes they're lower.
Okay.
Uh,
That is something useful.
One thing I always do is the flight going, I book only carry on. So I don't check in any luggage. I
Yeah.
just take carry on luggage that's around 5 to 7 kgs. So travel light. All right.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of clothes. You don't need everything. Uh, when it comes to like soap and shampoo and deodorant and things like that, everything you
That
can
is,
find in convenience stores.
yeah, right, right.
And since there are so many tourists, you get like use and throw packs.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's something you can buy from there. Even clothing, just take like 2, 3 pairs of clothing. You'll find laundromats everywhere. Maybe your hotel will have like a washing machine or something where you can
Yeah, some
wash your
system.
clothes.
Yeah.
There's no need to take a lot of stuff. You can easily make it within 7 kgs, and you take a carry-on only flight. And while coming back, you can book a flight with check-in luggage. So all the shopping which you do over
Shopping,
there,
yeah.
you can check it in and come back easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to hotels, I've said already, book hotels which are just outside the touristy zones.
Yeah,
So it's
right.
easy for you to reach the main areas, but also you don't have to pay the premium of staying in areas with like a high footfall. So for us, like in Hanoi, we booked our hotel near the Cat Lin metro station.
Okay.
Which is just like a 1.5 kilometer walk away from the French Quarter, which is like the main sort of old area of Hanoi. So that's a walk which you can make like within, say, half an hour, less than
Okay.
that if you walk fast.
Okay. All right. And you were staying near the metro station. So did you by any chance use metro or were you traveling by your own vehicle?
So actually, the metro in Hanoi is just a novelty for now because it doesn't go to like a lot of the touristy areas. It's
Okay.
more meant to serve the residents.
Oh,
So it
okay.
kind of goes between residential areas and like commercial areas. So
Okay.
I just stepped on in just to try it out, but I
Okay.
didn't use it to sightsee a lot.
All right. Got it. Hmm.
So, one thing which everyone buys when you go abroad is a local SIM card.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say is don't buy it from the airport. Leave the airport, go to your hotel. You'll make it. It's okay. You can make it without Wi-Fi or network. All right. Go to
Yeah.
your hotel. You'll find a convenience store nearby. They sell the same SIM cards for way less cost.
Oh,
I'd say don't buy it from the airport. Buy it from
but
there.
outside. Okay.
And when it comes to food and
Hmm.
eating out,
Hmm.
especially in Southeast Asian countries,
Yeah.
you can get Michelin star food, like literally Michelin star street food.
Okay.
So I would recommend checking out like the Michelin website,
Yeah.
and there's an entire list of food, and it's also ranked by like price point.
Okay.
So you can go to the lower price point places,
Yeah.
and you can again get a Michelin star experience.
Food. Yeah.
Amazing food. No need to like dish out a lot of money for something you can get on the street for the
Right.
same.
So that was literally very useful for our viewers. So moving on to your experience, do you have anything funny or anything memorable from your trip that you'd like to share with us?
So this was a funny incident. It's not like anything related to like the travel itself.
Hmm.
But in Hanoi, there's this one place called the Train Street, which you must have seen on social media as a place where the train tracks run through like a market and there are
Yeah.
restaurants and all on either.
Yeah. Right.
So when we went there, we got off in like the wrong location. So we were trying to find like an entry onto the train tracks.
Hmm.
And I was going around and like asking in restaurants, different restaurants, like, how do I get there? How do I get there?
Hmm.
And over there, I'd got used to like speaking English like very slowly. And I think I'd kind of adopted a Vietnamese accent of my own.
Yeah.
So I entered this one restaurant,
Hmm.
and it was like the back of the restaurant,
Hmm.
and there were a bunch of restaurant workers there. They were on their break, all right.
Yeah.
And so I went to them, and I went, with like my Google open, and I with a photo of the train street, and I went there like, hello, can you help me get to train street? And the person over there, he started talking something. Okay, I thought it was gibberish. I was like, "Arey, he's speaking in Vietnamese. I won't be able to understand."
Yeah.
But then, after a few seconds, once everything had cleared out from my brain, I
Yeah.
realized he was talking in Hindi.
Oh.
And I'd forgotten what Hindi sounds like. And it was an Indian restaurant, and they were all Indian people.
Oh no.
So that was quite funny. And
Yeah.
I still get made fun of it this day.
That is amazing. Okay. So, did you have any cultural shock or any cultural experiences there?
Uh, Cultural shock, I would say, not really a shock, more of like it's a culinary thing. But any restaurant you go to and any dish you order in Vietnam
Hmm.
will always come with a side of, I would say, salad, but it's literally just leaves. It's a dish piled high full of leaves.
Okay.
And it's different flavors. It's like mint leaves, and sometimes there's coriander. There's all sorts of different
Leaves.
just things that grow out in the countryside, and
Yeah.
that's something they give with every
Every
meal.
dish.
And yeah, you're supposed to have like a bite of this along with like a few
The
leaves.
yeah, leaves. Okay.
And it was actually quite refreshing, and it was
Okay.
good for my digestive system also.
Yeah.
And I found myself coming back to India and like missing that salad, which would come
Hmm.
mandatorily with every meal.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if someone is planning their first trip abroad, would you recommend them to going to Vietnam?
I would definitely recommend Vietnam because, first of all, because of the budget.
Yeah, definitely.
As I spoke about before, it's like a very, very budget friendly place. Everything
Definitely.
is cheap. But another very practical reason is Vietnam uses the Latin script, the Latin alphabet. So you can actually read, what's written on the shop front. You can read menus,
Hmm.
which say if you go to a place like Thailand, where
Hmm.
they use the Thai alphabet, you won't be able
Yeah.
to do that. So it's a very
Obviously.
beginner friendly place.
Okay. All right. Okay. So,
Two words:
yeah.
scooty, motorcycle, okay, rickshaw, tuk tuk.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
your turn.
My turn. Okay.
Okay,
Scooty. Scooter.
done.
Okay.
Okay, next.
I'll swipe, yeah. Okay. Um,
A box, a square, rectangle. Okay, cards, playing cards, card, credit card, debit card. Neo. Nice.
soup, coffee,
Correct.
coffee. Okay. Yeah.
Glasses, sunglasses.
Okay. So this was a really fun segment, and that was it for our episode today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And the information you give was very useful to our viewers, and I hope so. We'll see you again for our coming episode. So thank you so much.
It was really nice being here, and I had a lot of fun with you. And I hope that all my tips and all will come useful to someone.
Definitely, they
Yeah.
will. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.